This is the next episode of True Wrestling Fan Discussions, continuing our Saturday Night's Main Event review series. This is going to be the return of Saturday Night's Main Event. This is Saturday Night's Main Event 37. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank. Man, I know, honestly, between you and me, I never thought we'd be doing another one of these because for whatever reason, Vince stopped doing them back in the 90s. It was a good
Brought it back, yeah, in the early
14
2000s.
years later, but the product in the mid 2000s, those Saturday night main events were kind of, for the most part, garbage. And then they're the first time in 16 years, Saturday night's main event has been brought back. It was brought back with the nostalgia of the 80s. We had Jesse the Body Ventura there. They showed some of the Hall of Famers or guys that were on the show back in the 80s.
In the
Coco
crowd,
Beware,
They had
Greg
the
the Hammer
retro.
Valentine, Jimmy Hart. Good to see him.
They had the
Tito
retro.
Santana.
Yeah, they had that retro intro. They
Yes.
the two songs, Obsession and the other musical that they
Yo.
had. They had a little video package that was pretty cool, but they didn't show Warrior or Hogan. I was actually very surprised they didn't show them in the footage.
But Cody is the new Hogan on the cover of Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah,
They put him on there. And there was a lot of old school to the arena, too. They had the old bars
the guardrails.
separating the fan, the
Yeah.
guardrails, yeah.
The entrance
So-
looked like the '90s entrance.
Yes,
For the
back in
wrestlers.
91, 92.
Yeah.
A lot of nostalgia. It brought me back to being a kid last
Mhm.
night. And of course, let's not forget the winged belt made its one night, maybe a one night only appearance. I think it is.
Yeah,
When Cody Rhodes asked to use it, and it looked great on him.
Mhm.
If
They
Triple
couldn't
H
use-
looks at
they couldn't use the WWF one, the original one though. So I think they really just took one from the WWE shop. You know, they can't
Probably,
use
yeah.
the
Yeah,
regular
no.
one because it has the WWF logo on it.
yeah.
So they got to use a replica. But it was
But
still
I'll
cool
tell
to
you
see.
what,
It
though,
still
it
looked
looked
great.
really good.
Yeah, it
on
looked like a real belt. Yeah,
exactly, not the W.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
if Triple H looks at his emails this morning, I'm sure there's a lot of people that chimed in saying, "Keep the belt."
Yeah, or update it. You know.
Yeah, no more W nonsense. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee made his return to Saturday Night Main Event. Of course, college football season's over, so we're going to see a lot more of him coming up. Opening match that they had was Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. And pretty much the whole thing with Drew now is he's pretty much in the same mental state as Kevin Owens. He sees everybody that was helping the bloodline, the original bloodline, and doesn't understand why they went through hell fighting these guys for the last 4 years, and now they're helping them. So Drew's goal is to take out every member of the original bloodline. Good luck when you get to Roman. And it's going to start with Sammy. He already attacked Jimmy Uso on SmackDown last week. I'm pretty sure he's going to be targeting Jay within the next couple of weeks on Monday Night Raw. So, and then Kevin Owens has the same mentality, although when we get to his match, I kind of agree with him, and I'll explain why. Unfortunately, Sami Zayn does not have a winning record against Drew McIntyre. He's never won a one-on-one match against him.
No.
And as a matter of fact, Drew eliminated him in this past Royal Rumble. So saying Drew has his number is saying something. The match itself was pretty good. I was contemplating and wondering when Drew was going to make his return from that hellacious match he had in the Hell in a Cell with CM Punk. You know, they both needed time away to lick their wounds and whatnot, plus to figure out what the next move was for Drew. I honestly thought, because there was a rumor that he was going to be feuding with the Wyatts, but since they moved the Wyatts over to the Final Testament, having a feud with Sammy makes good sense. Now, of course, anytime you chase your opponent around the ring and get back in there, it's never going to end well for you. Sammy chasing Drew on the outside. He goes back in the ring. McIntyre hits him with the Claymore and gets the pin.
Damn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Drew gets the victory over Sami Zayn. So sorry, Sammy, but Drew's coming back, and he's coming back on a hot streak. Now, if he's going to help, he's going after everybody that helped the original bloodline. Please tell me we're not going to see another CM Punk match, because I'm kind of done with that. I love the rivalry. I love their matches, but at this point, it's like, don't do another one.
Move on.
Yeah. Now, the next match on the card was for the women's world title. It was Liv Morgan versus the number one contender from the Battle Royal winner, Io Sky. Rhea Ripley is waiting in the wings for the winner of this match. And this was a pretty good match. And I'm trying to figure out now, with Asuka out, Damage Control is kind of coming off as being fan favorites at this point when they clearly weren't.
Right, right, right.
And I mean, the fans always cheered for Io, no
Hmm.
matter whether she was with the group or not. I cheered for her at WrestleMania because I didn't want Bayley to win the freaking title. I was kind of done with her. I got pissed off when Io lost the title to her. I was kind of hoping Io won the title on this night, but unfortunately, Liv's got too much momentum. And Judgment Day, she's probably taking this title through WrestleMania, in my opinion. Could very well be facing a Royal Rumble winner. Who knows? Um, Morgan, she did something impressive. The code breaker off the second turnbuckle, kind of busted. They both got busted up in this match a little bit. On one of the moves, Liv kind of looked like it. They said that it looked like she broke her nose. Um, Io went for her moonsault, but Liv got her feet up. This is where Io kind of got busted open in the mouth a little bit. Liv then hits Oblivion and gets the pin. So
So you
Liv
go.
successfully defends the Women's World Heavyweight Championship on this night. The next match on the card was actually a pretty good one. There's been a lot of good storytelling over the last few months with this one, and this was for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther defending the title. It was supposed to be just him and Damian Priest, but with all the times that Finn Balor has gotten involved, Adam Pearce now added Finn Balor to the match. You know, it's funny. He can get a title match here, but he's been tag champion for how long? He's really never defended it. So, whatever. This match was pretty good. I
That
know
was
my
fun.
son was watching with me. He was kind of cheering for Finn on this night. Anytime I see Gunther now, I'm wondering, okay, is this the night that Goldberg shows up? Because we all know pretty much at WrestleMania that these two guys are going to face each other. It's just a matter of when is Gunther going to drop the title. In my opinion, I think it's going to be against Seth Rollins because then that sets up Rollins and Punk gets his WrestleMania moment. But on this night, Gunther, I also noticed he was looking a little flabby there because he was like completely skinny a few months ago, and looks like he's put on a
No,
few pounds. Still very agile for his size, and I just love when him and Damian get in the ring together. Did you know? I love how Damian was also sporting the Scott Hall Outsiders
mm-hmm.
logo on his
Yeah.
stuff.
Razor
Big,
Ramon.
well, he's a big fan of him. Plus, he uses the Razor's Edge as one of
Mm-hmm.
his finishers. This match was pretty good. Gunther powerbomb on Finn Balor, and Gunther just successfully defended the title against both of them. I was glad to see it wasn't Damian that got pinned again because this would have been the third time this
Yeah,
year
I
that
wanted
Gunther
to see,
pinned him.
I wanted to see Damien go over, but kind of is
I
what it
did
is at this
too.
point. The thing is, and that's the problem with when we get. I guess we'll get into it later about this show. Is that no title changes? It's kind of like if you're gonna bring back Saturday night's main event. I mean, let's do it with a bang. Let's give the people some shock. Like, hey, we have to tune into this thing. You
Well,
know,
technically, they did have one new
that's not a yeah,
champion,
but
but that's not the same
that
thing.
was that was the first championship.
Hmm.
So it was the end of the tournament. That's not the same thing. I don't know. They should have done. That's just my
They
opinion. But
mentioned on two different occasions the titles changing on Saturday Night Main Event. The Brainbusters beating Demolition for the tag team titles, and then Shawn Michaels defeating British Bulldog for the Intercontinental Championship.
and the main event when Andre beat Hogan.
Hmm.
So
Classic. Our next match on the card is for the inaugural Women's United States Championship. This was the finals of the tournament they put together. It was Chelsea Green versus Minchin. And I was so glad that it's not somebody that we've been seeing 1,000 times because I know Bailey was in the tournament. And I'm not knocking Bailey. I'm just, you've got such a huge, in depth roster with the women, and it's the same
mhm.
five or six that get the opportunities all the
Well,
time. It's like, why are these women even sticking around for
well, that's
this?
why they had. That's why they had to add another belt.
And another two, because we got one more
Right.
coming on Raw with the Women's Intercontinental
Right.
Championship. But it was good to see that these two got the opportunity. And I was really hoping for Minchin to win this. I mean, she is an awesome competitor. I mean, Chelsea Green has come a long way since the first time Vince released her. Uh, and I love how she's doing her husband's finishing move, the low rider, Zack Ryder's move. That's kind of It was kind of cool. She's come a long way as well as learning how to wrestle. Because when she first came back, they were constantly putting her in tag teams for the tag team titles because she couldn't do it on her own. now, even though she's with Piper Niven still, it's more that Piper Niven's kind of like Raquel Rodriguez is to Liv Morgan, her insurance policy, as Sean will put it. And I love that top rope on Pretty Her, how she calls it, that she did on Min Chin to get the victory. That was awesome. And the fans cheering for her, and that she could give her attack about the fans, but the fans loved her for some reason. And so Chelsea Green wins the inaugural Women's United States Championship. Nick Aldis came out to congratulate her. Piper Niven puts her up on her shoulder, and first thing I'm thinking is Evolution.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Piper to drop her ass and be the first number one, the first challenger for the title, but we didn't get that. But congratulations to Chelsea on winning this match, and let's see who's going to be the first competitor to try to dethrone her. But unfortunately for Min Chin, she came close, but it wasn't in the cards. And now on to our main event, where we had my man Jesse the Body Ventura come down to do commentary. I love how he said that his jacket was Damien. He goes, "I've got Jay Snake right here." I'm like, "Oh man!" And the first thing I'm thinking of is the whole earthquake Jake storyline when and I'm like, I can't believe he did that, but whatever. It was funny to hear that. Our main event was for the WWE Championship. It was Cody Rhodes defending the title against Kevin Owens. Kevin's beef here with Cody, it's legit, in my opinion.
With the about Roman, like he helped Roman and
exactly what hell that Cody went through the last two WrestleManias, fighting the Bloodline side by side, and just now all of a sudden you're helping him, which Kevin couldn't believe. And then what makes matters worse is that Randy's trying to convince Kevin that it's no big deal. And Kevin Owens took Randy out with and to be honest, I'm going to say this right now. I didn't even know this move was banned. The pile driver.
Right.
I didn't even know that. So that's on me. I probably should have known that, but I really didn't know it was banned. It's not banned anymore, obviously. But Randy got pile drive about a month and a half ago. He's been out.
I mean, it probably still was banned. He didn't do it in the match.
No, he don't.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it later on.
Activity,
at the end, we'll get into it. But
so Kevin Owens is taking Randy Orton out, who's trying to sympathize with Cody and what he's doing. I kind of agree with Kevin. You know, this whole time you're fighting the Bloodline, and then everybody that you were teaming with against them has now sided with them.
Right.
And please, God, tell me we're not going to get another Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn match at WrestleMania. Because Sammy's also helping them. It's only a matter of time before Kevin gets up in his face.
I mean, Sammy has a history with them at least, you know. So
he's the honorary Oos.
Yeah.
He's feeling very Oosy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can understand Kevin Owens. And to be honest, Kevin Owens has not held a title since 2017. He hasn't been world champion since 2016.
Well, it's not as bad as Finn.
Finn was bad luck, man. But to be honest, I don't know how.
When Seth injured him, he had it for one day, right?
Yep. The next night on Raw, he relinquished it. But I don't know honestly how long Vince would have gone with him as being Universal champion.
I don't know, but it was. They didn't give it to him again.
No, he got a title shot against Brock, but that was it.
Yeah. Either way,
but now that Vince is gone, Triple H has been using him more. Right. So eventually, Owens, I believe he'll get it. But Owens, the last time he was U.S. champion in 2017, when you and I were at the Rumble, when he when you had Jericho in the shark cage.
Yeah.
And I mean,
that's how long it's been. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I know his contract's coming up. I don't know if he's re-signed or not. There's speculation that he will. I don't know. But honestly, I think putting the title back on him, I would like to see it. I thought we were going to see it tonight. Like it was going to, there was rumors, and just rumors, that this could be the shock of the year, that Kevin Owens, kind of like what they did to Drew McIntyre back in 2020. Drew was running with the championship. He lost it to Randy Orton, but then gained it back a few weeks later. So I was wondering, I was hoping maybe something along the lines here. I'm not saying Cody Rhodes is doing bad as a champion, but I thought this would be good for the storyline that you take the title off him and then let's say at the Rumble, Cody wins it back,
Yeah. Well, spoiler
something
alert,
like that.
he doesn't want the title.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't want the title.
So
Unfortunately, but it was just like their match at Bash of Berlin. This match did not
no,
disappoint as
it was a good
well.
match. Cody came out with the Winged Eagle belt, which was really
Oh, I
cool.
loved it. I loved it.
You know,
And you got the guy at ringside dressed as Randy Savage that had the wing belt. So
he raised it up.
yup.
No, it was good. It was great
Smiles
stuff.
was there. It was good to
You know,
see him there.
they were. The thing is, I guess because it was live, it was on NBC. It wasn't only just on Peacock. They obviously had time constraints. Like they had an end
Yeah,
right at that 2 hour mark because I felt like the ending got kind of rushed.
a little bit. Yeah,
They had all those
because you had 5 matches on there, and Saturday
yeah.
Night Main Event. I think the most we've ever seen was 4.
Yeah, you had all those referee spots, man. This was like WCW, man. Like
No,
the referees
this
getting
was
knocked out.
this was
TNA?
old school. No, this was old school WWE where kind of like in the Attitude Era where a ref comes in, goes for the
Yeah.
3. They don't
Another
like
ref.
Austin doesn't like it and he stuns him, and then you get another
Another
referee
ref,
to come
yeah.
out. That's what this felt like.
Yeah.
And then
Owens brought in the chair, tried to cheat.
I love it. How about Cody with the RKO on the table on Kevin Owens in honor of Randy Orton? The Cody cutter off the top rope was amazing.
That was crazy.
And to do that move, I mean,
Yeah,
you
that
have to
was
have
impressive.
perfect timing.
Right. That was impressive.
Owens throwing Rhodes into the referee. Yeah, this is where I thought, okay, who's going to
Owens
come
had him
out?
beat, man. Owens had him beat.
Yes, he did. He did. But unfortunately, the Crossroads, Rhodes sees the chair on the day. He's like, all right, I'll fight dirty like you are. Crossroads onto the chair.
Although
Gets the pin.
it looked like he didn't even hit the chair. It looked like Cody hit his back on the chair. I mean, I only watched it once, but
Yeah,
watching,
I think he caught him a little bit. But yeah, I think Cody hit his back on it.
Right. By the way, yeah.
He gets the pin, successfully defends the title. Hopefully, and I know this is not going to happen, but hopefully they keep going on with this ring title.
And the red, white, and blue ropes, man.
I loved it, man. Yeah. The silver posts.
Yeah.
It really brought me back to 1989.
But let's before we talk about the show overall, what happened off the air, which should have happened on the air. Because I felt like that would have made this Saturday night's main event like really good.
Yeah. Cody goes for the speech. Kevin Owens attacks him from behind, hits him with the belt repeatedly, but then he pile drives him as well.
Yep.
Cody's on the stretcher. Kevin Owens is still beating the hell out of him. Takes the belt now. He has the belt.
Mm-hmm. The Winged Eagle belt, yeah.
Triple H gets up in his face, and they have a shoving war, and people started chanting one more match. Right. It's not going to happen. I wish, but not with a pacemaker, brother. It ain't going to happen. But he was irate. They're pushing each other. Triple H storms off one way, Kevin Owens the other. But again, I got to reiterate, Kevin Owens has the title. So, is there a rematch in the future at the January 25th Saturday Night Main Event, or are they going to set this up for the title match at the Royal Rumble? And I don't like the fact that the Rumble's in February. I really don't.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah, I know because they're maybe trying to do this because
of the Saturday
WrestleMania is in April, and they don't want too much time to linger. Because you remember back in the day, you'd have the Rumble. Okay, WrestleMania is in April. You got the winner. Then you got Elimination Chamber. Then you have Fastlane. You have all these things to get to there. I think they wanted to minimize it.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's fine. If you want to do the Rumble in February and Elimination Chamber in March, that's fine. Just give us something in January.
Well, we have Saturday night's main event. In December. We got Saturday night's main event in January.
To me, this was like an In Your House or a... They've had pay-per-views this year with literally 5 matches, so it just felt like that too.
Yeah, I mean, this was I thought it was okay. I mean, I enjoyed the nostalgic stuff.
It was a lot better than what we had before back in 08.
That's not saying much, but no, it was. It was.
Remember, Cody was on both. He was on the last one, and he was on this one.
I mean, I felt like they played it safe. I felt like they really played it safe, and like we were talking about that ending thing with Owens, that should have happened on air on the show. You know. Overall, I thought it was okay. Hopefully they get even better. The next one's even better. But for a return, I thought it was cool. One little gripe of mine, I texted you during this. I watched it on Peacock. I didn't watch it on NBC, so I don't know if the same thing happened on NBC. But during the main event, they have commercials. They do the split screen, and then they mute the match. They completely mute the match and just have the commercial. I'm like, this is during the main event. To me, that annoyed me. I mean, it's just a little.
You need to give the main event 100%.
Get all that stuff. Yeah,
attention.
Right. You know,
Because they
that a
do that
little
on
bit.
Monday Night Raw, where they'll do the commercials and the split screen.
Right. It's a little annoying, but
Yeah, I mean it's Raw. I don't care, but
right. For
when you got a
this,
main event like this,
right.
undivided attention,
Right,
man.
absolutely. Because
Go
it kind of took me
commercial
out of
free
it.
for the main event.
Yeah, it kind of took me out of it. But overall,
But remember,
good.
back in
It
the
was fun.
day when we are watching Hogan versus Perfect, and Hogan, hips flips Perfect over the top rope. Vince is like, "We got a
Yeah,
commercial
we'll be right
break."
back. Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah.
it was just like that, but it seems different now.
Yeah. I agree. All right, well, that's our review. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys soon.
Take care.